Hello, Clairemont High School, and welcome once again to Live from the Tribe on CSN.
He is your host, Caleb Schrader, and I'm Erin Murphy, and we have the news and views for the week of November 2nd, 2020.
Since Election Day is tomorrow, Erin will be teaching you on how to register to be able to vote.
The election is getting closer and closer every day, featuring presidential candidates Donald Trump and Joe Biden. It is more important now than ever to register to vote. If you want to vote in the next election, visit registertovote.ca.gov and follow the steps on the website. Or you can visit in person at the Register of Voters on Clairemont Mesa Boulevard by the 15 freeway.
As wintertime gets closer, the threat of COVID grows even more serious. Experts warn that the combination of several different factors will likely lead to the virus spreading much faster. Some challenges that will come along with the colder weather will include more indoor gatherings due to the outside temperature, more campus reopenings leading to potential outbreaks, pandemic fatigue leading to reduced caution, and flu season putting even more pressure on our hospitals and our bodies. So as you start partaking in more winter activities such as skiing, make sure that you are educated and prepared. Mammoth Ski Resort, a popular winter destination, reopens on November 14th. If you or someone you know visits this year, make sure you stay careful and keep your distance from others. Stay warm and stay safe, chieftains.
With the ongoing pandemic, many people have had their jobs and hours taken away from them, having people search for a new job or maybe your first job.
This past summer, I had a job that I was signed up and ready to go to, and due to the COVID pandemic, I wasn't able to actually do my job, which would have been a summer camp where I was a counselor.
If you were able to get a job or if you had a job through the pandemic, remember all minors under 18 years of age employed in the state of California must have a permit to work.
Talk to your counselor. You ask them for the worker's permit, and then you fill out everything you can, you and your parent. You find all the right information and do everything that you possibly can before you take it to your employer. Then you take it to your employer, they help you fill out the rest of it, and you take it back to your counselor, and they will help you finish your permit application.
CHS seniors, college applications are just around the corner, and money management will likely play a big role in your college experience. First, you should lay out how much money you have and how much student debt you're willing to take on. Saving while you're young can really help down the road. Freshmen, if you have lots of savings or are willing to take on debt, private school may be a good choice. If not, state and community college are more affordable options. Next, important to take into account and project your expenses for the first year or semester of college. Some important things to take on into account are tuition, room and board or rent, food, books, and personal amenities. Be wary when taking out large student loans, as they can be more difficult to pay than you expect. Once you've projected, try your best to stay within the boundaries you set for yourself. This is the most difficult part of budgeting because it requires impulse control and compromise.
Hey seniors, it's time for Counseling Corner. On November 12th, there is a FAFSA workshop from 5:30 to 7. And don't forget, on November 30th is the UC application deadline, and on December 4th is the CSU application deadline. Seniors, you have deadlines approaching. Don't forget what you have to do, and don't forget your letters of recommendation. Halloween has passed. What is a Halloween without a movie? The scariest movies are the best. We want to know the most popular movies among us chieftains.
We interviewed our classmates today again during spooky season, and the question is, what is your go-to horror movie during Halloween season and why? If they did not watch horror movies, then why don't they?
Some of my favorite horror movies to watch around Halloween are probably The Shining, Hereditary, and as of recently, The Lighthouse. I like to watch those all because they're all pretty unique and well shot and give you that like spooky Halloween feeling to get you in the mood. But besides that, I don't really have like go-to Halloween movies that I always watch. I just kind of watch whatever I want.
I don't like watching horror movies personally, only because I'm scared of like loud noises, and since I have a lot of anxiety, like the suspense makes me like really anxious.
And here are my just overall list for scary movies for Halloween. I can start off with It. It's a classic movie, and it has a newer version. I honestly like just both. They're both really eerie and just scary, and just full of suspense. And we can really just add in Stranger Things because it really fits the vibe for now for Halloween. And for really eeriness, it's probably going to be A Quiet Place, because A Quiet Place is just like overall just utter silent, and just the suspense just builds up as it just goes on.
That was it from us today. Back to you at the studio. Kevin Nguyen, CSN.
There were 53 addresses listed on the CHS Foundation website. All of this so we could vote on the best decorated house for Halloween. The votes are still being tabulated since the deadline to vote ended at 11 last night. There will be 4 winners announced. Find the CHS Foundation website to see or join us in 2 weeks from now to find out who won the Best Spooky House contest. Improv Club needs new members to join. They're looking specifically for underclassmen to join. So freshmen, if you have any interest in theater or want to improve, you should join.
Chieftain, Circle of Friends meets every Friday at 12:50 to 1:55. If you want to join Circle of Friends to make some new connections, then contact Monique Hale at mhale2@sandy.net.
Miss Moore is doing another Making It Together this week, so if you want to learn how to bake some tasty desserts, then join her on Wednesdays at 3 on Zoom. While ASB is still working for the school, student athletes are not. We wanted to know what is happening in the sports world, and Max can cover that.
When baseball fans were allowed into stadiums, you could always count on the Los Angeles Dodgers on bringing a large amount of rowdy fans into Petco Park. We have one of our top baseball guys, JJ Shimke, to dive into the different opinions that San Diegans have about the Dodgers.
And with the recent news of the Dodgers winning the World Series and the recent rivalry formed between the Dodgers and the Padres, we're going to be discussing with fellow Chieftains about their thoughts on the Dodgers.
Hey, this is Mr. Morgan here on why I love Dodger Blue. Blue has always been my color, and I love the Dodgers. I've watched them every day when I was living in LA for a couple years. They were on every day when I'd get home. Love the Dodgers. Go Mookie Betts, Belly. Corey Seager is a beast.
What I think about the Dodgers is they're a very, very good, talented, and skilled team. They have good players. They have good backup players. Their pitching staff is probably one of the best pitching staffs in the league.
As a Padres fan, I hate the Dodgers because, one, they have the second highest payroll in all of baseball behind the Yankees and only by $2 million.
Well, as a Padre fan, my thoughts as a Dodger is I don't like them. Their team has always been good. They never had to struggle. Their fans are always cocky and bandwagons.
As a Padre fan, I was pretty salty that the Dodgers won the World Series. But all I know is that we're finna be there next year. We're gonna take them down. We're gonna take down Mookie.
Now that it's clear that the Padres are the superior team, now back to the sports with Max.
Love or hate the Dodgers, the World Series is over, and the Dodgers are your 2020 champs. Corey Seager was named the MVP for the World Series. Justin Turner came out of the clubhouse after testing positive for COVID-19 to participate in the post-game ceremony and photos. Like it or not, Padre fans, the next time the Dodgers come into Petco Park, they will be the defending world champs. The Aztecs played their first road game of the season last weekend, as they went on the road and had some success on Halloween night against Utah State. The offense was very efficient, and Carson Baker continues to find the end zone. This week, the Aztecs play their first Friday night game of the season as the Red and Black host San Jose State in Carson. Kickoff is at 6. Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and Tennessee are your first-place teams in the AFC, as they all lead their respective divisions. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the lone undefeated team left in the NFL. In the NFC, it's the Seahawks, Buccaneers, and Packers who are the division leaders, and we won't even talk about the NFC East because they all have losing records, but yet one of those teams is going to make the playoffs. And for the student athletes watching, hopefully we are 4 to 6 weeks away from getting back into the fields at Clairemont. Stay in shape, watch your sleep habits, and eat properly. That's This Week in Sports. Back to you, Caleb, at the desk.
Thanks for watching, Chieftains.
Sadly, this is our last show with the Clairemont Student News. It's been a pleasure to be your anchors for the past 9 weeks, and we'll miss you.
Make sure to treat the next anchors well, and always keep it orange and blue.
This has been Aaron and Caleb with the Clairemont Student News.